right, I think that's our signal to get started tonight. Welcome to our Harrisville City Council, January 14, 2025, starting of a new year. I will call this meeting to order and turn it over to Councilmember Christensen for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Can everyone please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father in heaven, we're grateful this day or this evening we can be here together as City Council and members of our community. We're grateful for all that we have. We're grateful for the opportunity we have to have this building to meet in. And as we talk about the things of the city that we can listen to the public and also to continue to move forward with the strides to make our city better. And we're grateful again for all that we have in our community. And we say this thing in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Moving on to item number 3, our consent items. Item A is approval of meeting minutes for December 10th, 2024 as presented. Council, have you had a chance to look at those meeting minutes? Any changes or additions? Okay, I have a motion.
I'll make a motion we approve December 10th, 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries, thank you. I failed to excuse Administrator Jennie Knight. She's not with us tonight. Item number 4, I'm going to turn the time over to Chief Wilson for some employee
Good evening,
recognition.
everybody. I'm going to call Detective Keller up, give him a congratulations. This is his second year in a row to receive the Officer of the Year through the FOP, which is for Fraternal Order of Police. On top of all the stuff that he does for us and the events that he runs for us, he also helps with the FOP. So that's awesome that he can get this for the second year in a row. Detective Keller has also finished up his 5th year with Harrisville this month. So he's also completed all his training for Master Officer. So I want to recognize him for achieving his Master Officer tonight too. So congratulations.
Why don't you turn around and let Officer Davis.
Got it?
So some clarification, if you're the Officer of the Year, where is that? Utah? Is that?
It's for the Weber Fraternal Order of Police.
Okay,
So
thank
just
you.
for the local lodge.
Wonderful. Congratulations. We're all proud of you. We're proud to have you working for Harrisville. All right, our number 5, our business items. First, we'll have a YCC presentation by Greenhaulgh. Want to come up to the podium?
Good evening. So I'm going to talk about first our community Christmas event that we helped out with in December. So the Youth City Council was able to go to Ben Lomond High School, and this event was put on by OCAP, and what it was to let the parents of families go shopping for their children, and so they got to pick out clothing and toy items for their kids for Christmas time. And while they did that, we took the kids upstairs and they had carnival type games, so we got to help out with that. That was one of the like beanbag carnival type games where you toss it in the holes. That was a fun one. And we just took them around to different games just until their parents were done shopping. So it was about 2-3 hours that we did that. Those were some of the items that the parents were able to shop for. And in the end, it helped out 600 families.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so those are all the different games they had out. There was a bunch. This was definitely an all hands type thing. So many people came together to help out with that. There's other groups there volunteering, schools, other cities helping out with that.
What other cities?
I can't remember what cities. I know I saw one junior high girls basketball team. They were helping out with that.
Okay.
And so OCAP they help out with, it's Ogden, Weber, and Box Elder, and I believe Davis also. And then some upcoming items we have for City Council. We have a multi-council training coming up. That'll just be held at the Harrisville cabin, and that'll be with North Ogden and Cache Valley City Councils. And we'll be having the Teens Lifting Teens organization putting on that for us. They're going to take us through some leadership and service training to help better our City Council. And then another item coming up is our Youth Council Leadership Conference up at UDOT State. That'll be in March. It's a 3-day event. We'll go on a Thursday evening, and then Friday and Saturday we'll just be going through different activities. And one thing they've asked us to do this year is bring up a service project for our city. And so if the council has anything for us that would help our city as a service project, please just let us know. But that's about it for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that. All right, item number B on our business items, we were going to have the fiscal year 2024 audit presentation. That is not quite ready yet, so I would need a motion to table this.
I'll make a motion to table the 2024 audit presentation.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you so much. Item C is a discussion for the Governor's Office of Economic Opportunity, Rural Communities Opportunity Grant. Justin Shinsville, you want to take that for us?
Yes, so in the past year, 2 years actually, we've been working through this grant with some outside help from the Rural Opportunities people. We did receive, initially, we were told it was going to be $400,000 in funding. It has since changed because some other grants, or some other people that applied for these grants weren't at the stage we are to move forward, so they ended up granting us the whole $600,000. What this is going to do is go and put in all the utilities on the roadway of 1750 that we can get in prior to starting then the federal section with the federal monies that we received from the appropriations grant that we also received. So essentially it's really drastically cut down any costs directly out of the city's funds.
Any questions?
That's neat.
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
We applied for this last year. We had some things, some T's weren't crossed. So we really buckled down and got it taken care of this year, and we received that. So thank you for all your work, everyone that putting in, working to that. So going forward, I'll need to have a motion to accept this.
I make the motion that we accept the federal, this is what the governor offers,
Yes.
Office of an Economic Opportunity Rural Community Grant.
Second.
Okay, motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, any opposed to that? Thank you, motion carries. Item D is a discussion, possible action to approve the federal aid agreement with UDOT for construction of 1750 North. Justin again?
Yes, so late Monday night, we received the packet that I printed out and added supplementation to you guys tonight. We were hoping it would be a little bit sooner to get to you, so it was in the original packet, but it's a pretty standard agreement with UDOT. Our city attorney has looked it over and feels confident with that. Just talks about the $2 million in funding. There is a like match or like funds that the city does have to put up that will be $150,000. It can be in how do I say this? It can be money or it can be work that the city self-performs on this project. So we're looking into every opportunity that cities can self-perform. And this is just the very start of accepting this federal aid agreement so that we can now then get the environmental studies and all that moving forward and take care of this process the way UDOT and the federal government wants this process to take place.
So if we do work in kind for them, how do they prorate by the hour, by the project? or-
Yeah, they'll have their federal rates structured out as in labor, as in equipment. It's all at a federal rate, it won't be at our city rate, so we'll just have to show our time and match it up with the federal rate schedule and submit that in for whatever that we do self-perform.
So it's basically sweat equity.
Yes.
Perfect. Make our money go farther.
I know, we like that.
Yes, we're excited for this. Thank you again for doing this. Any questions, any further questions? Okay, may I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the federal aid agreement with UDOT for the construction of 750 North Street.
Can you correct that street?
1750.
Oh, 1750, what'd I say?
750.
1750 North Street.
1750 North Street. Thank you.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item E is a discussion possible action for 2025 city goals. Jenny was going to take care of this, so we're not as prepared as we should be. Is there any goals that you have that you would like to suggest that the city work on this year? We have talked about these things before. If you can't think of any tonight, we are meeting again in 2 weeks for our retreat that we'll be going over some of those city goals again. Do you have any you'd like to suggest right now? And if not, we'll table this and discuss it later. All right? And think about it. So, may I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we table the 2025 city goals for 2 weeks, or till we meet
Well,
again.
yeah, probably in February, but we'll talk about it. Okay.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Item number 6, this is a time for public comment. Anyone in the audience, this is your opportunity to come up to the podium. State your name, and you have 3 minutes to let the council know what's on your mind. All right, and I'm going to close the public comments. Item number 7 is mayor council follow-up. This is one of our favorite times of year. We have our annual training, our non-discrimination, public meetings, and social media. Turn the time over to our attorney, Brody Flint.
Yes, I love that. It's always everyone's favorite time. Right? So I think everyone here has probably heard this training before and seen it. So as always, I'd much prefer if you have some questions and we'll just answer them as best we can. But high level, the non-discrimination, again, great group of people that not only work here at Harrisville, but the elected officials. I haven't had any issues of legal discrimination or harassment from anybody that's elected, so that's been a joy. Please continue that. If there's questions about what is protected, please ask, and I'll do my best to answer them. But overall, I think in a training setting, we all know the things to stay away from, right? The discrimination based on protected classes, whether that be race, religion, gender, the list goes on. Also, sexual harassment. Again, never had any cause for concerns with this body, but always just make sure that our conduct, always, but especially when you're acting as city council members, be professional and appropriate. And if there's ever a question or a concern, again, you all have my cell phone number, please use it. Public meetings, one thing I wanted to make clear, I was talking with Jennie a little while ago, and we were talking about just our meeting structure, and I think it's important, and maybe everyone knows this, but I don't know if I've ever specifically addressed it. The city is required to have one city council meeting a month. So in your schedule, where we're scheduling one a month, you guys do not have the ability to just get rid of a meeting. We need city councils that have two. Can kind of have that where we don't have a lot, we'll cancel the second meeting or what have you. So if an emergency or something came up where there wasn't a quorum, you guys would be required by state law to reschedule a meeting to have your city council meeting at least monthly. Again, not a problem, not something that I think coming out, but I just wanted to make that clear because in talking with a few of the staff, it was just something that wasn't addressed, wasn't known amongst some of the city staff that is a requirement to meet at least monthly per state code. Also, public meetings, we talk about that, right? Anytime there's a quorum and city business being talked, that can be a meeting, so we're required to do it open in public with our recordings, with our notices, and so just pay attention to that. I think I say this every year, but just pay attention to your forms of communication. You guys certainly can communicate about city business, but you can't get three of you together and talk beforehand about what you're going to do. This isn't to say that you all can't meet at a social event and just be normal humans. You certainly can do that. That is one of the exceptions. One of the things I always caution people on is your use of technology, whether that be your cell phones, your emails, social media. Group messaging can certainly be allowed, right? You guys can send text, hey, make sure everyone goes to Grover's lunch that he has. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. What you can't do is, hey, everyone make sure you vote no on Grover's idea, right? There's a strong distinction. Sorry I'm picking on you, Grover. You're kind of in my line of sight. So that is not to be done. And also, you really shouldn't have deliberation and negotiation. So you want to be careful. And again, I've seen or heard nothing that raises alarm. This is just training from this group. But there have been cases and things that I follow where council members, just to put it frankly, are try to skirt or be kind of cute with the rules. And they're like, hey, this is my opinion on this issue, and they send it out. Just stay away from that. If you have something to say on an issue, say it in a public meeting. That's what you were elected to do, and that's what we're required to do by law. So that's kind of the biggest one. And then something as simple too, like a lot of times, like you could have conversations, whether it be in this building or out in the parking lot. If there's three of you talking together, or you're talking to a citizen or whatever, that technically, based on the conversation, is a meeting that should be done open and publicly. So just pay super attention to that. That often, I think, is violated 50-50, sometimes intentionally, and I think it's probably more so violated accidentally, and it's not really causing damage, so it's something that's not always addressed. And when I say it's violated, I'm talking statewide, right? So just pay close attention, count to three. If three of you are standing there, just be very, very careful of what you're saying, and make sure we're not deliberating outside of the public meeting. Let's see. Social media, I know I hit this pretty hard last time we spoke, but if you are using a personal social media to act as a city council member and relay city information with the authority to do so, you have created a public account via your social media, and you have very strict rules of what you can and can't do, not only with that information, but for the people that try to react to your social media. So again, I haven't heard of an issue, haven't had any questions here, but if you want to be more active on social media, I would tell you to create a social media that is specifically for your role as a city council person, and do it through that. If you have questions about the rules, what you can and can't do, kind of big level, if you do have what I would call a professional or a political social media account, you either turn the comments off or you let everyone comment. You can't block people, you can't delete people. When you make a public city council post, the First Amendment applies, and anybody and everybody gets to say good, bad, and ugly about it, and you do not get to. You also have some retention requirements that, quite frankly, would go past your term. So you have some professional responsibilities if you choose to do so. If you use your social media, your personal social medias, just be very careful on what you're saying and how you're saying it. You do not get to act as an official city council member to relay official city business and public information via your personal social media, and keep it as a personal social media. Any questions about that? Okay. That's kind of my quick and straightforward training. Are there any questions about issues regarding any of that? Discrimination, public meetings, social media, communication, emails, anything like that? And again, I've had no complaints or no citizens asking me to investigate anybody here. A great group, so I appreciate that. And if there ever is a question, you guys all have my cell phone number. Call and we'll figure it out. Thank you.
Thank you. That was easy. All right. I'm going to turn our time over to our directors. Director Tait, would you like to give us a report, please?
So we always like to take these winter months and kind of go through some equipment we have at the shop, so we're doing that. And then we're just got boys basketball going on, just started that up with games and going smooth. And then of course the budget is kind of on the forefront of our minds as directors, so that's kind of just what we're working on right now, amongst other smaller things. If you have any questions. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Director Simpson.
Without hopefully jinxing myself, it's been a mild winter so far as
You had to say it.
Now you got it.
snowfall goes.
Here it comes.
Yeah. High level, when I had a meeting with the Federal Railway Crossing inspector tomorrow or Thursday morning at 9 o'clock to try to, we've done all the infrastructure updates to reinstate the quiet zone. We're going to be discussing if Harrisville City tries to make our own quiet zone and no longer be in conjunction with Pleasant View on the quiet zone. That's kind of a high level look right now, is trying to get that quiet zone reinstated back through Harrisville. Also, we're working diligently and keeping an eye on a new public works facility. High level update is now March 15th for our move-in date. As we all know, we wish construction would go as smoothly as we think it should in our head, but it does not. So that date's, our original move-in date when we started was January 1. Now, then it moved back to February, end of February. Now it's the 15th of March. It is coming along. It is looking like a beautiful facility that we all hoped and envisioned, and will serve the needs of this city for the next 50 plus years. So we're very excited about that. And then as Brad also said, we are very much gearing up towards our next budget season and getting things taking care of that so we can present to you guys on the 28th of this month.
Thank you. Chief Wilson.
We've had a productive couple of weeks as far as recruitment. We've conducted 4 interviews last week. We did pick up one that starts tomorrow to fill one of our open positions. We have 2 other people coming back for a second interview next week, which are both new officers to fill the second slot that we have open. So, and we're in the middle of our BCI IT audit right now, which has to be done in a couple weeks. So it's about all we got going on right now.
Thank you. It's good news. Councilmember Jackson, anything? You have anything to add tonight? Any follow-up? Okay. Councilmember Williamson.
No, I'm just curious about what's going on in our neighborhood with all the pipes. If you could give us a little bit of update, we appreciate that.
So yes, the city entered into an agreement with Connect's Fiber Optics. So they're now starting to install fiber optics throughout the city for another additional internet phone service type of something to offer as opposed to Comcast and CenturyLink.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Councilmember Fawcett.
I don't have any.
All right. Councilmember Christensen. All right. Councilmember Weiss. You want to follow up with what you did today?
first of 2025's senior luncheons. It was a good turnout. We had fun. They played mean bingo games, and so it was a good time. So we're looking forward to it.
Heard bingo, what wrong?
Yeah, except the machine. Yeah, you got to get better at it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I need to remind you that we have a council work session on January 28th, 6 p.m. at the cabin. There will be, I think there will be food that night, right? So be prepared to just come and eat and stay for a while and bring your ideas. Item number 8, closed executive session. We are going to table that tonight too. So I probably need no, I don't need to. Okay, I'm just going to table that myself. Item number 9 is adjournment. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.